Comedy bang bang, 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 comedy bang bang,
12, 13, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
comedy bang bang, comedy bang bang.
Better buttered and slightly salted than slightly buttered and salting the wounds from your failed romantic adventures in popcorn saleswomen. Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. I don't know what that is referring to, but thank you to Pam Greer's legs for that. Hey, paying attention to a different part of her body.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I guess. Hey, welcome to Comedy Bang Bang.
Greer's legs. 2 minutes later.
This is what we do.
This is what we do.
Welcome to the show. This is Scott Aukerman, and across from me is good old PFT.
That's right, everybody.
That's right, Paul F. Tompkins.
It's me, Paul F.T.
He's back. This is Best of Comedy Bang Bang 2016 Part 2. And over these episodes, we are counting down your top 15 episodes of the year that you have voted on.
You,
the listener, have typed in your choices, and you got to pick 10, and we have compiled all those votes.
You did it.
That's right. We're going to crack the top 10 very, very soon.
See the TT.
Yeah, that's right.
Scott.
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
Go ahead. I mean, hey, what do I give a shit if you ask me something? I don't care. Go ahead.
Ooh, you sound like you're protesting a little bit too much.
I mean,
methinks.
I'm not hiding anything. You go ahead and shoot. I'll take any question.
Okay, now you really sound like you're hiding something.
Hiding what? What could a guy like me possibly be hiding?
I don't know, but
I'm an open book.
Like...
I've lived a good life.
Are you an alien?
Yes.
We're both aliens?
We're both aliens. Why haven't we talked about this before?
Oh. Are we from the same planet, do you think?
Well, hold on. Let's see. What's your planet like?
Gorplox 5?
Gorplox 4.
Oh, so close.
Yeah. I hate Gorplox 5.
When you ask me what it's like that.
Oh, it's like it.
I'm from Gorplox 4.
Oh, okay. So am I.
Oh, okay. Great.
Oh, great. We love each other.
But haven't you ever noticed how much it's like Gorplox 5?
It's so much alike, and yet I hate them. Isn't that interesting?
I want to destroy them. And Earth.
Hey, I'm right there with you, buddy.
How did you feel about the first best of episode that we just did?
How did I feel about, our banter, or
just
about
overall? Just everything.
Overall, I thought A+. We talked about Star Wars. We talked about Bill Cosby and the peanut.
That parable.
The parable of
it reminds me of the parable of Bill Cosby and the peanut.
I would love that if 300, nay, 1,000 years from now, people talked about that parable, much like, Damocles' sword and all that. That's something, right?
Yeah, that's something where Damocles had this sword. He kept it on the ceiling, and then he was like, mistake.
Mistake. Let me get out from under this thing. Is it the Gordian knot?
The Gordian knot, yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Impossible to untie unless you just cut that shit in half.
Yeah. That, to me, that is, instead of a big lesson about how to solve problems, that's like the first guy who decided to be smart. No one thought to cut this thing till then. Like
this guy breaks the rules. Right?
I guess, but that's like, now we're all so smart. If there was a knot you could barely untie, you'd spend like 30 seconds trying to untie it, and then you'd get some scissors, right?
I mean, it depended on what if it was like your shoes.
Maybe not scissors, yeah.
Well, maybe you would. If you had backup laces, you'd be like, I'm just going to start from scratch.
How many backup laces do you keep at your house, by the way?
I have, it's not a steamer trunk, but it's like a mid-sized suitcase.
Okay.
Filled with shoelaces.
Just filled with laces, and are they packets of laces that are bunched up so where you can just loose laces?
Like they're probably all in knots, frankly, and it's a mess.
Wow.
Yeah. So I got to take all those.
Are you a hoarder?
Well, I mean, I don't think so, because I think I need a lot of pill bottles. I need pill bottles, newspapers, cat skeletons.
Oh, God. A lot of animal death.
I need them.
A lot of animal death on these episodes.
A lot of animal death.
How do you feel about the last episode?
Well, but hold on a second, though. There's so many animals. I mean, fucking come on. So some of them die in the, theoretical conversations.
Sure. We're not actually doing it. Wink, wink.
Yeah, we're not even having conversations. They're theoretical.
Yeah.
I feel like that last episode, the last best of episode,
You can be honest with me. Go ahead.
I think it was the best thing I've ever done.
What? The best thing you've ever done? Better than even these episodes that we're counting down right now?
Oh, way better.
That is high praise. You have had, what a career you've had. You started out in Philadelphia as a stand-up comedian.
In Philadelphia, I was born and raised.
You then traveled to Los Angeles where you worked upon shows like Mr. Show and others.
Yeah. That's right. Not necessarily the news. That's right.
And Real Time with Bill Maher, where you started the clock. You were the first person to start the clock.
They made me, you know what? That was humiliating. They made me start the clock.
So when he said start the clock, he was actually yelling at you.
Yeah.
That's like having your boss yell at you.
Yeah, and no one even got to see me on camera start the clock.
That's you start every single episode until
when you hear that clock,
yeah.
I started it. And
he's
they
yelling
still
at
make
you to
me
do
it now.
Automate
I'm
that
not even
thing.
getting paid.
Although, would you rather a robot did it? You know what I mean?
What,
like
am I, the head of Carl's Jr.?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know robots made all of those burgers and all of my boners when I watched their commercials.
It makes sense now, though, when you think about it.
It does.
Like when you think like, oh, yeah, I got erect when I was watching that commercial. A robot
did that. Yep. All right, Paul, we're going to count them down. Here we go.
We're going to count them down.
Here we go.
We're going to count them down.
Here we go.
We're going to count them down.
Here we go. By the way,
we're going to count them down.
At the end of
you were trying to talk to me, but you also wanted to
I wanted to sing along. Yeah. We're going to count them down. By the way, we're going to count them down. At the end of the We're going to count them down episode, we're going to count them down. Have a big surprise. We're going to count them down. And we're going to do it. We're going to count them down. The end. Okay, this is episode number 11. Hey, 19.
The Cuervo goes.
By the way, someone on Twitter alerted me to something which made me think, you know that song, Hey, 19? Do you think, we talk about it every year.
Every year.
Every year. Do you think that it actually was the latest song in a song cycle that Steely Dan had been writing about our American presidents, because Rutherford B. Hayes was the 19th president and its original title was Hayes 19?
Yeah, I do think that.
Okay, that's all I wanted to find.
Yep.
Hayes 19.
That's exactly what I think.
The 19th president.
Your little is known about you.
All right, this is, why were we talking about Hey 19? Because I don't remember.
It's just always on the edge of our brains.
That's true. Yeah. Now, episode 12, which we heard on the last Best Of episode, that was from February 8th, and that was episode 400. Would it surprise you to know?
I feel like this is going to be a word problem.
Yeah. How fast does the train go? No, this episode is episode 401 from 1 week later, February 15th.
It's right. So wait a minute.
Back to back.
B to B. I mean, these are some good episodes.
These are some good episodes right in a row. That's right. This is episode 401. Love is thicker than water. That's right. Right around Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
That's right. Is it Valentine's Day?
It's the time of year for Valentine's.
I had I've been calling it Valentine's.
It's Valentine's.
Wait, it's the time of year for Valentine's.
That's right.
So Valentines are a thing, but they call it Valentine's.
You give each other Valentines on Valentine's Day.
You may be mistaken on this.
I doubt I am.
This is the Valentine's Day episode. Came out on February 15th, and this is, of course, Paul Rust, Gillian Jacobs, and yourself.
I'm on this?
You're on this. And Paul, you were playing Alan Thicke, who
that's right.
was coming into Gillian and trying to romance her.
Romance and depants.
Depants. Oh, man. Have you ever depantsed anyone, by the way?
Oh,
man.
It is something that is good. I mean, I like to do it.
Depants thyself, woman.
All right. Sometimes I'll be like, let's get depants.
Two guys who have never had sex and don't know what it is. So, Paul, right off the bat, you're on the countdown here. You're in the first episode.
Right off the bat, man.
Right off the bat. Why don't we hear
the
it?
Batman.
The batting gentleman.
He's
the
so
Batman.
scary.
Oh, he strikes terror into the hearts of criminals.
Oh, I'm cowardly and superstitious.
So you're part of that lot that is.
Yeah, so I heard that there was this giant bat that was he was punishing pickpockets and purse snatchers.
That's right. When you think about it, by the way, speaking of the Batman, Batman is a rich guy.
Yeah.
Who goes out there and like knocks heads around of poor people who are just like trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
And sure, they're crimes.
Yeah.
But it's basically like a rich guy beating up poor people.
Yeah. That's
Great.
right.
Great stuff.
Yeah. Because not everybody was a crazy costumed villain.
Mm-hmm.
In the early days of Batman, he was just straight up
beating up poor
muggers
people.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
And spending his millions and now billions, if not trill, of dollars just buying cars in order to beat up people.
Do you think Batman is a trillionaire?
He, if Lil Wayne is now,
Why not Bruce Wayne?
Why not? Yes, that's right.
Sorry to blow up your spot, Batman.
By the way, when Bruce Wayne heard Lil Wayne, did he think that everyone was talking about himself? When they were like, I love Lil Wayne.
And he thought they were being very dismissive of him.
Right.
Like it's not very respectful.
And they were talking about how he was drinking lean. Mm-hmm. Did Bruce Wayne think it was himself?
Do you think Bruce Wayne drinks scissor?
I think he might. It's the only way to keep himself up all night.
Right?
Bashing these heads.
Doesn't it make you sleepy though, scissor?
Scissor it might. I don't know. Or I don't know.
I think it's a downer.
I'm not a huge fan. I'm a big fan.
You'll do it socially, but you won't.
All right, look, we got to listen to this episode.
All right, get to it. 5, 6, 7, 8.
I think it's that count is throwing me off.
How slow do you want it to be? Do you want it to be a little slower? Or do you want it to swing a little more?
I'll take care of it.
Yeah, you want it to swing.
I'll take care of it.
Follow me for the changes.
Yes, will you please? You say up, but I say down. I say smile, and you say frown. You're the opposite of me, but I think we're in love. Let's call the TV show Love, the End.
Wow. I think you got something there.
Number one.
Theme song, Alan Thicke's theme song for Love. So funny.
So funny.
So funny and perfectly timely for when that episode came out.
That's right.
Don't you agree?
No longer timely.
Nope. Stop listening to it. And us.
Oh, like that poem.
Turn off your podcast machine.
4 weddings and a funeral.
I just saw that.
Turn off your podcasting machine. No longer timely.
Well, you know what it is time for? It's time to hear a message from our sponsors. We need to take a break. When we come back, we're going to crack the top 10. That's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, you don't sound excited.
I don't know. I guess I didn't, I mean.
You didn't think you were going to live this long?
I never expected to still be here. I thought I'd be resting in power.
You thought you were going to die in between 11 and 10?
I just assumed.
No. I mean, unless you do during the break. This is exciting. This is a cliffhanger.
Thank you. I might die during the break.
This is a real cliffhanger. Okay, let's see when we come back if Paul F. Tompkins is alive and not resting in power.
I hope it's an ad for caskets.
All right, here we go. We'll be right back with your top 10. All right, welcome back. Is Paul F. Tompkins still alive? Let's find out now.
Still alive.
Ah, he's back with us. Do you long for the escape that death will bring?
Now I'm thinking that these are recorded, and then when I am dead,
people are going to be bummed out.
Might hear
instead
this.
of being happy. That happens a lot. With some of these, we have good friends who have passed on, and we occasionally talk about death, but it's a part of life.
If I could bring a private thing into the public sphere.
We'll see.
I texted you recently because there was some dude, one of these white supremacist dudes on Twitter that said something to me. And to me?
Sock it to me?
He blinded me with white supremacy?
Supremacy! Supremacy! He blinded me with white supremacy? Time to bring it back, Dolby.
And so it'll show you, you click on someone's account, and it'll show you who you might follow, know in common or whatever.
Right.
It said, followed by Harris Whittles. And I just screen capped it and sent that to you.
Oh, right.
It said, in retrospect, bad call, Harris.
Yes. Why was he following it? That's so weird.
Who fucking knows?
Who knows? Who knows? All right, we are back. We're cracking the top 10.
Yeah.
This is exciting. This is where the countdown really heats up.
This is where the rubber meets the road.
Exactly.
And rubbing is racing.
And you are wearing a rubber, right?
At all times.
Okay, good.
That was such a big joke in stand-up in the 80s.
Was it?
Like late 80s. Because it was the safe sex thing. It was a response to the AIDS
Sex
scare.
is best when it's one-on-one.
Yeah, it's natural. It's fun. Best when it's one-on-one.
Are you my lover? Do you wear a rubber?
Yeah. I'm Lisa Lefty Lopez. I got a condom in my glasses. But so there was so everybody had condom jokes. Everyone standing in front of a goddamn brick wall had hilarious jokes about condoms. And I cannot tell you how many hacks I saw say, I'm wearing one right now.
Right.
And it's like God laughs every time. Every time.
It's a weird time to wear one. I get it. I understand it.
I mean, what he's saying is he's just standing up there doing his job. He's wearing a condom.
Well, Paul, maybe you don't
on
get
his
it.
flaccid penis.
Maybe you don't understand it. The penis is hard.
I never made that connection.
Yeah.
So what the joke really is, this guy is saying, I have
actually
a rock hard erection right
hard
now.
penis, and I may come at any moment. And
At any moment.
At any moment. And you should be thankful I'm not doing it against my genes.
Yeah. Against
Wear
my jeans.
Against my jeans. A Bob Seger.
Coming against my jeans.
Oh, coming against my jeans.
We listened to a lot of Bob Seger on
the
tour.
road. Yes.
Fucking great road music.
I gotta say, Bob Seger's greatest hits. Great road music, great memories. I will probably always think of the tour when I think of Bob Seger now.
Me too.
And I'd pop it on every once in a while. Lauren, I was surprised. Lauren is good, 10 years younger than us or something. And she knew them all.
She's like 21 years old.
She's like Zoltard.
What?
She's like been Zoltard machined.
Her favorite movie.
Yeah.
She loves the movie.
She loves Big, really? That's probably because she's like 13 years old.
She is. She's a 13-year-old.
I feel weird about having sex with her.
Why did we all have sex together? What a weird tour that was.
What a strange tour. Hey, when in Rome.
But I remember now when it started because people were chanting it from the crowd. They were like, have sex with each other.
Have sex with each other.
With each other. Yeah, I remember it was a disjointed chant.
Have sex
with each other.
Have sex. Lock her up.
Lock her up. Build the wall.
Yeah. And this is an episode, it may surprise you to learn, called
we'll see.
From May 23rd. And this is an episode called Time Bobby 4.
Now, the title surprises me.
I don't know. I don't know what surprises you about this
You said
information.
it made. Well, you're the one that said I may be surprised.
I'm saying it's possible that something might surprise you.
Oh,
that's so weird.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Okay, great.
I know that this was the title of this episode.
I don't care if you are or you're not. I'm just saying it.
Scott,
you might have been.
I care even less than you do. So, have sex with each other.
Lock her
have
up.
sex with
Lock
each
her
other.
up. Lock
Build
her up.
the wall
Lock
of sex.
Comedy Bang Bang. We're back here with Paul F. Tompkins, and we're deep in the top 10. I mean, we're balls deep in the top 10 at this point.
So in there. We're
We're
so
up
in there.
the top 10's guts.
We're all up in them guts.
Oh my God. I mean, we heard number 10. That means we're in top 10.
Hey, balls deep is a gross phrase, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's not what you would call couth.
Sure. It's fun to say.
Up in them guts.
Yeah. Even grosser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're acknowledging
On the scale.
You're kind of acknowledging the clinical nature of
sex.
Of sex.
Yeah.
That it's like it's these body parts that are inserted and everything.
It's weird to think about, first of all, while you're doing it. It's strange to think about that you're like in guts. Like that's people's stomach linings are just, right next to your penis head.
So is that kind of what is that kind of what you were saying, is that we were having sex so
your lower intestine is mere centimeters away from my shaft.
Yeah. Like I might as well be
stabbing
penis. Yeah. Stabbing you with my penis.
Yeah.
In your abdomen.
Yeah.
Into your, like, piercing your stomach lining.
Yeah, you may as well, like, if your belly button were a hole, I may as well just be having sex with
Your
them.
stomach acids might as well be eating away at the head of my penis.
Right. Yes. That's exactly what one is saying. I'm glad we took a little diversion into really breaking it down. I appreciate that, Paul. Always one to want to discuss those things in great detail, Paul
Look,
F. Tompkins.
You know me. It's all I want to do is talk about sex.
You could barely
sex
say
things. I couldn't think of a thing. I was like, do I say a super gross thing or do I say a super innocuous thing?
And instead, you almost couldn't get the word sex out.
Sex.
All right, here we go. Let's get into it. This is your episode number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9?
Number 9. What a weird rumor that Paul McCartney was dead and that no one was, and people believed it?
Yeah.
And they believed it because of a picture he took where he was out of sync with the other Beatles.
Yeah.
Like I've never understood the logic of that. They took that as evidence. He's out of step with the other Beatles.
Yes.
He's got all these things different than the other Beatles.
The license plate on the car in the picture was a clue, and
But here's what I don't
he's got his
understand.
shoes off. And
If he were dead, he wouldn't have been able to take that picture.
I think they supposed right after the picture was taken, he died.
Because he was out of step with everyone and there were so many differences?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any
All
sense
of
to
those
me.
things
All
together.
those things made him have an
They caused his
aneurysm?
death. Yeah. Well, we don't know. We don't know what the cause is.
It's so
all we know is they
strange.
covered it up.
When he actually, remember, when he turned 64,
Yeah.
every headline was, Paul is 64 or whatever. Do you think when he actually passes away, rest in power, that the headlines are Paul is dead?
1,000% they are.
They will be, won't
Yeah,
they?
for sure.
And we hope
For
it doesn't
sure.
happen. I mean, 2016 was bad enough. We certainly hope that 2017 does not mean that we lose a Beatle, because we've already lost one. John Lennon's still around,
Now,
as fans of the show know.
that's right. Now, when Paul McCartney turned 64, did he fulfill all of the things that were in the song?
Well,
when
I don't
64?
know if the person he was singing to still needed him.
Well, that's true because it's a question.
Yeah.
It's all a question to.
It's all a question,
It's a
like-
second person song.
Like, are you going to still love me?
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me?
feed me? Yeah.
But then he's also saying things like,
You'll be older too.
You'll be older too. We'll have grandchildren, and their names will be Vera, Chuck, and Dave.
Is that really the lyric?
Very specific.
Did that come to pass?
I don't know.
I don't
gotta
know.
find out.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he's got grandchildren.
Does he have
He's
grandchildren?
got a daughter.
He does have a daughter.
She's like, she's old enough. You know what I'm saying? Like,
She hasn't been Zoltard, if you know what I mean.
why do I feel like there's this new dynamic where I start us on it,
Right.
and then when you continue it, then I get grossed
Yeah,
out.
I know. But what's weird is you don't like to start on it.
I know.
Usually I'm
This
the one
is
who
what
starts on
you've
it.
done to me.
I'm sorry. You've coming down to my level.
You've coming down to my level.
You've coming down to my level. Technicality, no down boo.
Oh, remember?
By the way, shirts in the store, available for pre-order. Technicality,
Is
no
that
down
true?
boo over shirts. Yes.
Wow.
Got a couple of new shirts in the store. Also a Hey Nong Man Ain't Nothing to Fuck With. This is the Solo Bolo Trollo. This is what happens on these is Ben and I, we get together, we riff a lot, and we sing a lot. Kind of like what you're hearing with Paul and I here doing.
I think more singing happens.
More singing
with you
happens.
guys.
We haven't sung a lot on this one yet.
We have not. I wonder if we'll sing at all.
I wonder if we will. Hint, we will. And Michael Hardigan, by the way,
Does a great job.
does a great job putting orchestral arrangements behind those.
He does them in the dark.
He does them in the dark.
Orchestral arrangements.
Yes, he performs and composes them in the dark.
Well, he's blind.
He is blind. He's a blind. Yeah. Isn't it weird how so many blind people are good at piano?
Yeah.
Isn't that strange?
Do you think the piano makes them blind?
It's not. I mean, it might be more. Look, don't blame the piano. I've always said that.
Hey, how come there's not a scene in Daredevil where he plays the piano?
Yeah, he should be able to.
Of all people.
Out of anyone,
Yeah.
it seems like he should have never gone into law and just gone into being like a Ray Charles famous guy.
Yeah. I mean, he probably would be able to read music. He just like sense how,
this is a
how
good
far
question.
away the ink is.
This is a good question. Okay, Matt Murdock, he has
Yeah.
extra senses where he's sort of like a bat where he can hear and smell, and this causes a radar
well,
sense.
now he doesn't have extra senses.
It's
He
just
has-
heightened.
His senses are so heightened that
he
they
has-
compensate for his lack of the one sense.
But here's the question. That doesn't mean he can play piano all that well. It just means he can sense where the piano is. He still probably is a dumb shit about like, oh, what? This one goes bing bong, but you know what I mean? Like you and I could see a piano. That doesn't mean we can sit down and actually play it all that well.
True, but we're not blind.
But you see what I'm saying?
Scott, I'm trying to go along with your premise that blind people are great at the piano. And now I feel like you're fighting me in your own argument.
I know I
So-
am. I'm trying to, but that is,
Okay,
I'm trying
so
to figure out where.
I'm trying to figure out what our relationship is.
What, you
how
and I?
Yeah. How we feel about blind people in the piano.
Okay, look,
Are you blind? Am I the piano?
boy, we are, I mean, I hate to say it again, but we are balls deep in this top 10.
We are
Actually,
having our penises being dissolved by stomach lining.
let's not say we're balls deep in it because now that I think about it, balls deep would be number one. Like think of
I guess so.
the listeners as a
Yeah.
10-inch penis.
Sure, and I do.
We are 3 inches deep.
I'm imagining a 10-inch penis with headphones on. Is that weird?
I like it though.
I bet you do.
Is that a
fucking
shirt?
freak?
Yeah. We're 3 inches deep, trying to get balls deep.
7 inches to go.
So let us get to it. This is your episode 8.
Number 8.
All right, this is from June 2.
2nd of June.
2nd of June.
2016.
You're nowhere around the studio at this point.
That's right. Where am I?
I don't know. Where are you on June 2? Do you have a calendar where you could look it up?
I do.
Look it up, Polly. Look it up.
Oh, this is what it feels
Look it up,
like.
Polly. Look
This
it
is
up.
exciting.
Look it up, Polly. Look it up. Look it up, Polly. Look it up.
Get the wrong month.
Look it up, Polly. Look it up.
Oh.
Look it up, Paul. Where were you?
I was at the dentist in the morning.
Ooh, ouchie.
Yep.
That was it?
That was it.
And then you took the day off.
And I took the rest of the damn day off.
You're one of those guys. Hey, I got a dentist appointment. Clear my schedule.
That's right.
Just in case.
That's right.
Just in case you're not going to be able to talk.
Well, just in case I take my tonsils out and then I have to watch soap operas and eat ice cream.
Do you think that every time you go into the dentist office, you're going to regrow your tonsils and you're going to need to
I
take
still
them
have
out?
my tonsils.
You do, really?
Yes, I do.
I believe I still have 1 or 2 of them.
Still on my.
They took some out, but then they
I
left
think
some
you
in.
only have 2 tonsils.
Okay, so that's what I said. I
Or
believe
maybe
I have 1 or 2 of them.
Now that I say that, though, I don't know.
I think you have 4, don't you? Oh my God!
I don't know.
Now you
Look
better
it up, Scotty. Look it up. Look it up, Scotty. Look it up. Look it up, Scotty. Look it up. We're already being told by
5.
5.
Yep, 5. Most people have 5 tonsils. These include.
Ew.
Yep.
These include what? The
These
first
include
one.
a
The second one.
single pharyngeal tonsil, often referred to as the
The tongue.
adenoid,
Oh.
located in the posterior wall of the upper part of the throat.
Gross.
A pair of palatine tonsils is found at the back of the mouth. A pair of lingual tonsils is located at the base of the tongue.
Like Emperor Palatine?
Yes, ooh, from Star Wars.
tonsils.
Yeah. So
I still have my tonsils. I still have my appendix.
So do I.
Still have my wisdom teeth.
And your virginity, your V card.
I know. And I'll never surrender it. Except
you.
in heaven.
Wait, you're gonna
I'm
fucking heaven?
I'm waiting until I go to heaven to have sex.
Who are you gonna fucking heaven?
Anybody.
God?
Fingers crossed.
Do you think that God, if when you get up to heaven, God would let you fuck him? That's like the ultimate.
Here's the thing, and I'm not trying to sound full of myself.
Sure.
God is, an asexual, omnipotent being.
Sure. And presumably when we get up to heaven, we will no longer have gender identities.
Right. But I think you'd want to have sex with him.
I think that he would be into it.
I think you'd be
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, look,
we'll see what happens.
it's heaven, so great things are up there.
He's
What's
gotta be
greater
bored.
than fucking God?
Yes.
At last,
At last.
I got to fuck God. All right, let's get to it. This is from June 2. This is an episode called Sunday Afternoon Taped. Now, this is a bunch of people. This is Andy Samberg.
Sure.
From Saturday Night Live and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Mm-hmm. This is Claudia O'Doherty. We've been hearing a lot from her.
COD.
And this is Nick Kroll. Mm-hmm. And this was an episode... I can really only get Andy about once a year. He's very busy. He's one of the hardest working guys in the world. Produces Brooklyn Nine-Nine as well. Has to be there all the time.
He also sews sneakers.
He sews sneakers, yes, in China, and he's constantly flying back and forth. And those are two more than full-time jobs.
Yeah, he made my iPad.
He did. Yeah. He's got tiny fingers.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine and take a look at his hands and his fingers. Tiny
But they
fingers.
taper down perfectly. So
Exactly.
that it's like, it almost looks like they can have a sharp point.
It's like Lady Deathstrike or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know. Mm-hmm. So can only get him once a year. We got him. And when you do get him, it's at weird times.
Oh.
And
when you do get him, it's great. When you do get him, it's weird times.
No, it's usually weird times. And the other interesting part about his appearances, he sets them at a time and then normally will call you an hour before and go, hey, I just got off. Can we do it now? And then forcing me to wrangle all of the other participants to say, can you come earlier? So I believe this was one of those times.
Why can't he wait the hour?
I don't know.
What?
Because it's like, I just got off Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If I just go home, I'm going to fall asleep or die. Yes, if I go home, I'll die. That's a good horror movie. If I go home, I'll die.
If I go home, I'll die. This is very easy not to do.
So this has happened probably five times where I've called the other person. Sometimes it's Adam Pally. I go, Adam, how soon can you get here? It definitely happened with this time.
Can you get back into character as Bro?
It happened this Bro came back this year, by the way. We'll see if that ends up on the countdown. It happened this time where I believe it was 8 o'clock is when we scheduled it. And then it was like, hey, it's 7. Can we all meet? Got everyone around. He had just gotten off work. Most of us had just gotten off work. We usually don't do the late night ones. And then we found out that Earwolf had a keg tapped. What Engineer Cody, what do you call it? It's what is it?
Keg stand.
It's a keg stand. And what kind of beer is in there?
Yellow.
I can't recall.
It's some kind of beer. We found that out that night, and we said, "Oh, well, it's night. Why don't we have a drink?" And Andy had given up gluten, and it was the first time he'd had a beer in like a year or something like that. We all immediately got buzzed that quick from one beer. And a very loopy energy, and it kind of took over the episode. Andy's himself, Claudia's herself, or her character of herself, I'm myself, and then Nick Kroll comes in as R. Schrift, his Australian character. Very ballsy to do an Australian character in front of Claudia.
Absolutely.
In front of an actual Australian.
Absolutely.
But she enjoys it, so hey, who are we to judge?
Just crazy.
Craziness. Just people having a good time.
Just people having a good time.
Not one of the most polished episodes of all time, but it's just funny people getting together and enjoying.
Compared to what? What are the polished episodes?
Yeah, maybe this one.
Oh, good point.
Speaking of polish, we gotta
talk about. It's polish time.
It's polish time. Stop. Polish time.
Please polish. Don't hurt him.
I don't know what the segue could possibly be when I say speaking of polish, but I was going to say, let's polish off something that we talked about last year. What do you say? Now, last year.
At this time,
we were recording the best ofs, and I don't recall how we got into it, but do you recall? Because you've listened to it.
I've listened to it. I just listened to it yesterday.
Right.
And I cannot tell you
why we were talking about it.
Yes.
Okay, good. In the best ofs last year, go ahead, listen to it. We'll wait. We decided, we hit upon something called please.
Well, it started as a plea.
Okay.
This Christmas, don't joke about iRobot.
I don't remember why.
The movie
we were
iRobot.
talking about the movie iRobot.
2004 adaptation of Isaac Asimov's story starring Will Smith. It was a moderate success, I guess. It was not like a huge bomb.
Not beloved.
But not beloved, no. It was not really talked about.
Strangely enough, I believe I auditioned to be the robot in that.
The titular robot?
Yes, the titular robot himself.
The one who goes, I?
Robot? And you, man. I auditioned to be the robot in that, and the whole time I was thinking they're just going to cast some big actor as this, which they ended up doing, I believe, right?
Is there... I would assume there's more than one robot in the film.
Yeah, there's a million robots, but there's like the main robot.
The iRobot.
The iRobot. Let me look up who the iRobot...
Look it up, Scotty. Look it up. 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 Look it up, Scotty. Look it up.
I think it was Alan Tudyk.
Oh, sure, he's good.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's terrific.
Yeah, been on Bang Bang. But he wasn't famous at the time. I don't know why.
Oh, fuck no. You could have, I mean...
I could have gotten it.
Anybody could have gotten it, but you, I guess.
I guess I didn't. Wait, I didn't get it, right?
You didn't get it.
I'm not that robot.
Did you hear that you were still in the mix?
I might be.
I'm still, last I heard, I'm still in the mix for Men in Black 2. Never heard otherwise.
What about that 21 Jump Street crossover with Men in Black? Isn't that the weirdest project you've ever heard of? Yes.
Don't do that.
Because they're both owned by Sony, they're going to do a crossover?
Hollywood,
It's
don't
very
do
strange.
that. Don't do that.
Hollywood, don't do that. All right, so we were talking about iRobot. We said, please don't make fun of iRobot this Christmas.
By the way, we were barely talking about iRobot. We mentioned the title. We weren't talking about the movie. Look, we just had to look up who was another person in it.
Yeah, I don't know why we got on this, but we started saying, please don't joke about iRobot this Christmas. And then we said that would make a good song.
Yeah.
And then we said, hey, everyone, remind us next year that we want to actually record this song.
Yeah. We stipulated that it would be a country song.
Yep, country and Western.
With a spoken word interlude.
Sure. I believe we said it was going to be like a We Are the World kind of situation where we got a bunch of people to sing on it. That did not happen.
That spoiler alert did not happen.
But we are going to sing.
This is the debut.
This is the debut of our brand new single.
That's right. This will be, look, cut this out, save it as an MP3, make this a staple of your Christmas listening from now on.
Christmas is right around the corner, literally days away.
The goose is getting fat.
Please put a penny, 1 penny in the old man's hat.
If you haven't got a penny, a hay penny will do.
Hey, you know what? If you haven't got a hay penny, fuck you!
Yeah, get the fuck out of here!
I'm sorry. For the radio, forget you! We're going to do it. We actually did it. Paul, you wrote this song, and Eben Schletter wrote the music and has created a backing track for this. We're actually going to do it.
We're going to do it.
So, guys, being as we are just on the cusp of Christmas, a Christmas Eve, if you will.
We're on a Christmas cusp.
Here's a special holiday classic for you and yo asses. This is Please Don't Joke About iRobot this Christmas. Hit it!
You don't have to wrap a gift for me, and you don't have to put lights on a tree. But I've got one request you must not dismiss. Please don't joke about iRobot this Christmas. Please don't joke about iRobot this Christmas. That's the cruelest thing that you could do. Please don't joke about iRobot this Christmas. 'Cause iRobot would not joke about you.
You can sing a carol in the snow. Gain gain a bunch of weight and laugh, ho, ho, ho. You can drink 10,000 mugs of Swiss Miss. But please don't joke about iRobot this Christmas.
Please don't joke about iRobot this Christmas. That's the cruelest thing that you could do. Please don't joke about iRobot this Christmas. Oh, 'cause iRobot would not joke about you.
iRobot was released in 2004, and as of this recording, has a 58% score on the Rotten Tomatoes movie website. That means half of audiences liked it just fine. There were way worse movies released that year. National Treasure, for instance. Maybe make fun of that one instead. How about The Polar Express? Pretty creepy. M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, for crying out loud. Hey, white chicks, come on. White chicks is better than iRobot? Get out of town. So this year, as you gather around the Christmas tree and open your presents, just this one time, don't joke about iRobot.
Give a man of snow a carrot nose.
Squeeze the baby Jesus's whittle toes.
But should you ignore my warning, you'd be remiss.
Please don't joke about iRobot this Christmas. Please don't joke about iRobot this Christmas. That's the cruelest thing that you can do. Please don't joke about iRobot this Christmas. 'Cause iRobot would not joke about you. iRobot would not joke about you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, a Yuletide classic.
Instant Yuletide classic.
Oh, I have a tear in my eye.
I have a tear in my beer because I'm thinking of you, dear.
I hope people take it to heart. I think anyone who, first of all, any monster who sits around the Christmas table and decides to joke about iRobot.
Joking about it.
Come on. It's the Christmas holiday season. Let's leave some of these movies alone.
When I first was writing the lyrics, I remembered it as, please don't make fun of iRobot.
Right.
So this isn't even that. This is, don't just joke about iRobot.
Don't be like, hey, remember that time we went to see iRobot and your aunt did something crazy?
Hey, don't joke about iRobot.
Don't joke about iRobot.
Please. It's Christmas.
Well, guys, I hope you take that to heart, and I hope you have a lovely Christmas. But we're not done with our countdown. We still have 2 episodes to go next week in between Christmas and New Year's Eve. So are you ready for those? We're going to be going and doing number 7 through number 1.
I mean, I guess I'll have to be ready.
You're going to have to be ready because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Paul,
like
thanks for writing. Yeah, just like death. Thank you so much for writing that song. I hope people enjoyed it.
Oh, and thank you to Evan Schletter for turning that music around so fast.
In literally, I think, 12 hours, did a full, complete demo.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you on Monday for the rest of the countdown. Until then, have a wonderful Christmas. Thanks. Bye.